Welcome along to the continuation of our mini-series in collaboration with our friends and partners at InventoryBase, where we are highlighting landlord FAQs around inventories. And Sian, the next question is one that crops up all the time on property tribes. It's landlords asking if they should if they can do the inventory themselves, probably looking to save a few pennies, or if it's better to have a third-party independent inventory clerk undertake the process for them. What's your view on that?
Well, first of all, there is nothing wrong with a landlord doing their own report. If you look at what all the adjudication or the deposit schemes say, is that they will accept that as evidence from a landlord, from a third party, from an agent. The problem I think that some landlords do come across, though, is that one, it's a lengthy process to actually produce a detailed report, whereas a third-party professional inventory provider has a methodology. They know and understand the terminology, so they from the point of actually compiling the report is actually, I wouldn't say a quick process, but it's a methodical process. And you need to be able to take an objective view, and that's very difficult as a landlord. And I'm talking from a point of view, I have been a landlord, and it is difficult to be objective, but there's a big difference in between how we as professional providers look at a property as to how a landlord would look at the property. So an objective view is very, very important, because that way then we don't miss out on things. We're not putting things or not taking things out which are important. And we can be more detailed than I think a lot of the landlord reports that I see. I've seen one where it's literally been one sheet and everything is painted new, painted new, painted new. Great, lovely. I got no idea what that actually means and what has been painted and what is new. I have no idea. So
what colour it is.
Well, exactly. You could end up with walls painted green, blue, purple, white to a very bad standard. It's going to cost you a lot of money as a landlord to put right. And the first thing a tenant could quite rightly say, well, there's nothing in the report that says that, so you prove it. And you can't. You know, you might be able to say, well, I'll take some pictures, or I've got the pictures of the shots that the agent did when they first marketed the property. From a adjudicator point of view, that's probably not going to wear very well. That's not really going to help the conversation. So having a third party impartial report means it's going to be detailed. It's going to be compiled by an experienced professional. They're going to assess and compile that property, and it makes sure that it reflects the individuality of that property. And I think with a landlord, it's very difficult to do that. So in essence, there's nothing wrong with a landlord doing a report, but I would argue a third party provider could do a better job. They will be able to give you all the detail and provide the protection that the asset deserves.
And the great thing about InventoryBase is that if you go onto their platform, you have the choice of either downloading their software to undertake the inventory yourself, or actually commissioning one of their experienced and qualified inventory clerks to undertake the inventory for you. The choice is yours. So join us again for our next landlord inventory FAQ coming soon.